myself. Okay, all right. Coming up here. Device. Yeah, it's a beautiful new one right there. There. Okay, here we go. We're just about ready here. Ready. Look at the rocks right there. On the trees, mountains, and everything. All right, everybody. This is Poncho Blazing ATM, aka Reverend Joseph James Holland, at your service, and welcome in because I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future First Ballot Hall of Famer. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying saved, living right, doing God's will, and keeping heaven my home. And I want to welcome everybody, and somebody say everybody, I mean everybody, to this live stream. This is officially the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 219. We're on the 219th episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast. And whether you're tuning in to the live stream and or previous recording, I'm so excited to see everybody tune in at this time. In addition to that, I see the YouTube Live Nation chiming in. YouTube Live Nation, is so great to see you all, and thank you all for joining in. Be sure in the comment section to let me know how old you are and where you're from. That way we can shout you out properly. And if this is your first time ever tuning in to any of my live streams or whatsoever, or anything about it whatsoever, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you officially as a first time visitor. And we just got a couple of quick announcements real quickly. Tomorrow, the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, episodes 221 and 222 will officially take place. And of course, that vehicle does that. I hate when vehicles do that. But episodes 221 and 222 of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast will be on the air tomorrow. Now, we are going to switch things up this week, where Memorial Weekend is coming up. We're not going to be on the air at all for Memorial Weekend at all. The only time I will be on the air is if my mom will sing at a wedding this Saturday. And more than likely, she will be on the air singing at that wedding in Virginia. So be on the lookout for YouTube and Facebook and TikTok for that video of my mom, Prophetess Princess Holland, singing at a wedding. In addition to that, we will not have any recordings for Memorial Weekend. So next Saturday through next Monday, there will not be any recordings at all due to it being Memorial Weekend officially. So because we're celebrating Memorial Weekend, there'll not be any live streams or live recordings of whatsoever next Saturday through next Monday. However, this coming Wednesday, we are going to do Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM episode 26. So episode 26 of Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM will officially take place this Wednesday. Be sure to subscribe to my Facebook fan page in Poncho Blazing ATM in order to receive live notifications and join the Facebook Live Nation chat, and where you can only subscribe for just 99 cents. In addition to that, the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast episodes 223 and 224 will be on the air and live streamed this Thursday. So this Thursday, we're going to be going live for the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast episodes 223 and 224. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page and Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. And before we officially get started, I'd like to congratulate all the class of 2026. To all the class of 2026, whether you're graduating kindergarten, middle school, high school, graduating from college, whatever the case may be, congratulations to you all. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, we're driving past the Tri-City Nursing Home, along with the Tri-City Medical Center, and the old Coaltown Motel. And I wish it would have been the sky out, but it's still a beautiful day regardless, with the clouds out, along with the trees and the mountains, in Harlan County, Kentucky, in the United States of America, in North America. And it looks like we've got Jonas M in the building. Jonas M, thank you for tuning in to the Talk of Punches Palace podcast, episode 219, and in the YouTube Live Nation chat. Make sure you let me know how old you are and where you're from. That way we can shout you out properly. And I also want to let you all know, along with this, that the Polk Salad Festival, the 71st annual Polk Salad Festival, will be taking place from June 4th until June 6th of 2026. And just keep in guard that I may not be able to attend the Polk Salad Festival this year. It would be the first time in 5 years that I would miss the Polk Salad Festival. The last time that I missed the Polk Salad Festival was June 5th of 2021. And that's when I was working for the Red and Yellow at the time on my last day there. So, due to the work schedule that I have, I probably would not be able to make the Polk Salad Festival this year, unfortunately. But I want to let you all know that I hope that you all have a great time at the Polk Salad Festival in Harlan, Kentucky. I'm usually there to sign autographs, take pictures and photos with you all. Unfortunately, I may not be able to make it this year. But I hope that you all have a great festival. And it looks like we've also got SM in the building. SM, it looks like you're watching from South Africa, Cape Town. Hey, we are very familiar with South Africa, Cape Town. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in from South Africa, Cape Town. And shout outs to South Africa, Cape Town. We love South Africa, Cape Town very much. And it looks like we've got Ronald Ramon in the building. Thank you for tuning in to the Talk of Punches Palace podcast. I appreciate you tuning into the YouTube Live Nation chat. You all, be sure in the comment section to let me know how old you all are and where you're from. That way we can shout you out properly. And like a reminder, if this is the first time that you're ever tuning in to any of my live streams or recordings of whatsoever, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you with open arms as a first-time visitor. Here in the YouTube Live Nation chat, we're all about connecting, engaging, and communicating. It's CEC. We connect, we engage, and we communicate with everybody all around the world, no matter how old you are or no matter where you're from. Here, we like to connect and be a part of your life. We like to get to know you better. And for me as a public figure and celebrity, I love connecting with all my fans all around the world. And on top of that, you see a lot of public figures and celebrities that want you to pay $600 to $700 to shake your hand. I'm not like that. And for me, autographs are free. Taking pictures and photos with me are free. And just talking to me is free. Why? Because I want you to connect, engage, and communicate with me. A lot of public figures and celebrities make a living off of meeting fans and greeting them, and off of taking pictures and photos with them and signing autographs. To me, my dependence and trust is fully on God, all the way 100%. I depend upon God for all my needs, according to His riches and glory. And on top of that, the Harlan Summerfest 2026 will be taking place, and it will feature the opening singers with Bradley Holcomb, Cody Howard, Brianna Howard, the beautiful and lovely, my baby girl, Lacey Dennett, and my beautiful and lovely baby girl, Shop Blevins. So for those five singers, again, we have Cody Howard, Bradley Holcomb, Brianna Howard, my beautiful and lovely baby girl, Lacey Dennett, and my beautiful and lovely baby girl, Shyla Blevins. At some point in time, they will all be singing an opening for the singers. So be sure to Tune in as they will be performing next month, starting in June and July, for the Harlan Summer Fest throughout those next 2 months. With that in mind, let's take our first commercial break real quickly. When we come right back, we're going to hop on to these topics. Stay tuned. We're coming right back in about 45 seconds. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast with episode 219 in the books. Let's go ahead and begin on our first topic for today. And for our first topic for today, the WNBA is back on NBC for the first time in 25 years, starting tomorrow. The WNBA is officially back on NBC. Now, we all know that the NBA and WNBA at one point in time was on NBC. Well, basically for both of those programs, they shut down their programs on NBC in 2001 and 2002. But the NBA last year officially came back on NBC for the first time in 25 years, in 23 years. So now it's the WNBA's turn. So the WNBA has been on for almost 30 years. It's been a blessing to see the WNBA for 29 years. And out of those years, it first originally started at NBC. Well, in 2001, they did shut down on NBC. But 25 years later, the WNBA is officially back on NBC. And the great thing about major networks like CBS, ABC, and NBC is those are the biggest networks ever in history. So it is on those networks that you have to prove yourself and outshine everybody out in the world. Those networks prove whether you got it or not on TV. Because CBS, ABC, and NBC doesn't just take anybody. They take the best of the best. And with CBS, ABC, and NBC, you have to prove yourself 20 times more and then some. So for the WNBA to have a second chance back on NBC again, it just shows that the WNBA is a worldwide sports network. And I'm so excited for the opportunity that they have, because it is going to be great to see them back on NBC. It looks like we've also got VS in the building. VSX1. Thank you for tuning in to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 219. I appreciate you very much. And thank you once again. I appreciate you. Now, if you all join me tomorrow for the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, as you all see, this sunroof behind me is huge and big. So tomorrow, we are going to have that sunroof open tomorrow during the broadcast. So be sure to hop on with me tomorrow also, because this sunroof will officially be open once again. But for the meantime, let's go on to our second topic for today. And our second topic is going to feature ODB. For those of y'all who don't know who ODB is, ODB is a TNA legend and now Hall of Famer. She recently got inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame at TNA's Rebellion pay-per-view 2026 last month. We'd like to say, first of all, congratulations to ODB. Now, not only are you a legend like me, but you are a Hall of Famer. And I definitely am a future first ballot Hall of Famer. And I will be in a Hall of Fame someday. But for you, ODB, to be in a Hall of Fame, that is a blessing. Hold on a second, y'all. We get ready to go past the future GFR building. You see that right there where we're coming up to? That is going to be the future GFR Incorporated building in the name of Jesus. I proclaim it in Puddney, Kentucky. That's the future GFR Incorporated building in the name of Jesus. And it is a beautiful day out here, you all. Honestly, with the trees, mountains, and sky, and the clouds the way they are. It's a beautiful day to be out here. But ODB started in TNA wrestling, I believe, in 2008. No, I take that back. She was in TNA Impact Wrestling in 2007, late 2007. Because originally in TNA Impact Wrestling, the women were Miss Jackie, Gail Kim, Jackie, and Tracy Brooks. Those were the original women. There was somebody else, I can't remember who it was exactly. But I know it was definitely them women that originally started TNA Knockouts. And for ODB to be a part of the history with those TNA Knockouts, that is huge and a blessing. I've always loved ODB and her work. She's always been a go-getter. Has a unique style, a different style, but it's effective and it works. Hey, if God created us all to be the same, it would be a boring world. But ODB, that's a God-given creation right there in ODB. I mean, overall, she is an instant classic, as Christian Cage would say. She's one of a kind, like RVD would say. But for ODB to have her own style and for it to be effective, that got her wins. Got her to be a TNA Knockouts champion. And that got her to be a TNA legend and TNA Hall of Famer. Now, speaking of that, she wants to be a part of WWE someday to work with WWE. Now where we get that partnership with WWE and TNA Impact Wrestling, she wants to be part of WWE and work with WWE. For her to be in TNA at the time is the reason why that she was not allowed to be in WWE. But now where TNA and WWE has that partnership, all bets are off. Anybody could cross brand. Now to see ODB in the WWE, I mean, it can happen. We never thought we'd see the TNA Knockouts champion in the WWE. And Mickie James, to bring that championship to the WWE, that was a blessing right there. We never thought we would see Jordan Grace in the WWE. For Jordan Grace to cross brand to the WWE, that was huge in itself. We've seen a lot of cross brands here lately since that partnership. And it wouldn't surprise me if ODB were to cross brand and go to the WWE. It's just a matter of when and if she is ready to go to the WWE and perform there. Now, a lot of times when we cross brand, sometimes it doesn't work out for us. And sometimes, a lot of times, it works out. For example, AJ Styles. Who would have thought AJ Styles would have cross brand from TNA to the WWE? And he has just as much success, if not better success, in WWE than he did in TNA. Although his TNA career was way better than WWE, he still had great success in WWE. Samoa Joe, not so much. He had great success in WWE NXT, but on WWE Raw and SmackDown, he really didn't shine like he was supposed to because of his injuries. And that's okay. He was great in TNA, and he's definitely doing great in AEW. Christian Cage, done great in WWE as a tag team, but singles, not so much. But TNA and AEW, he's killed it in both companies. Kurt Angle. Hold on a second, y'all. Now, this is Harlan County High School. We're going past the baseball and softball field, and they got a game right now taking place. And as of right now, we're going past the parking lot of the Harlan County High School. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever visit Harlan County, Kentucky, and if you ever visit Baxter, Kentucky, at Harlan County High School, I guarantee you, you will not regret your visit at all. You won't regret your visit. You'll love it. You'll visit here in Harlan County, Kentucky. It's one of the greatest high schools of all time. Now, I like how they got those photos of the graduates. And look at that paw print, y'all. Ain't that black bear paw print great? But speaking of cross-brand, Kurt Angle, probably the greatest cross-brand tradition of all time from WWE to TNA. He done great in WWE, but to me, he had a much better and greater career in TNA Impact Wrestling because he had way much better opportunities and he didn't have to do as much. Now, like EC3, Ethan Carter III, he didn't do much in WWE at all. WWE NXT, he was okay, but he really didn't get no chance in WWE at all. But he's killed it in TNA Impact Wrestling. The Hardys, Team 3D. I mean, what more can I say? Now, speaking of cross-brand, what if I would have cross-brand from Harlan County High School to Harlan Independent High School? That would have been something. And I was close to going to Harlan High School at the time or two. That would have been huge right there if I would have went to Harlan High School. Could you imagine me going to school with Caitlin E-Step Williams and Monique Witt Allred and Alan Hensley? My goodness, that would have been great. Let's take our final commercial break real quick. When we come right back, we're going to jump onto our final topic for today. Stay tuned. We're coming back on the air in about 30 seconds. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast. This is episode 219. We're on the 219th episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, and we are about to wrap things up for today. So before we officially wrap things up for today, let's talk about our final topic on why men and women refuse to talk. And I mean, why do they refuse to talk relationship-wise? Why do they refuse to talk dating-wise? Why do they refuse to talk sexual-wise? Refuse to talk marriage-wise? You know, I just don't get it in today's day and age. And I get it. You got to be cautious and careful. I get the fact that you got to be careful on who you talk to and everything. But men and women should overall, because at some point we're all going to have to cross brand. We're all going to have to connect with. to have to see each other. So why not talk? Why not get these issues out the way? Why not talk sexual wise? Why not talk relationship wise? Why not talk dating wise? Why not talk marriage wise? And you see a lot of women, they talk to a lot of women. A lot of men talk to a lot of men, their brothers. And we know we have gays, lesbians, bis, she-males, transgenders. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about straight men and straight women that refuse to talk on dating wise, relationship wise, sexual wise, and marriage wise. And wonder why we have a lot of problems with dating, with marriages, with relationships, and with sex. Because we all refuse to talk to each other. Let's work on talking to each other. Let's work on clearing up the air and figuring out why we struggle with all of these issues. At some point in time, we're all going to have to sit down and have a discussion. And before that, let me show you the Harlem football field and baseball field. There it is, the bridge, along with the Harlem football and baseball field. Hey, buddy! All them clouds are starting to open up, and that sky's starting to open up. Yes, it is. But you know, I talk to a lot of women all the time, and I talk to my brothers all the time. Now, for me, it's going to be great someday to date once again. It's going to be great to be in a relationship and be married to my beautiful woman, my Miss Amazing. I mean, until that day comes, I really can't do much. But if we don't talk and address these issues, then we're not saying something. If we don't ever clear up the air and figure out on why we struggle with this and what we can do to resolve this, then we'll never get nowhere. It's time for us men and women to talk overall. And I'm not even also talking about men and women that are in relationships. I'm not talking about men and women that are in marriages. I'm not talking about those people. What I'm talking about is the single men and single women. What I'm talking about is the divorced men and divorced women. That's who I'm talking about. And like I said, I wonder why we struggle. Hey, Stacy Whitehead, I see you, baby girl. La la. It's my beautiful baby girl right there. My beautiful baby mama. My beautiful love, Stacy Whitehead. But we wonder why we struggle in relationships. We wonder why we struggle in marriages. We wonder why we struggle with sex. We wonder why we struggle with dating. Because nobody is willing to talk. And I get it that if it's not your type or if it's not someone that you're interested in, I get that. But if it's someone that you're interested in, someone that you're wanting to spend time with, why not talk and figure out what can we do to resolve these issues? Because I'm telling you, it's coming to a point in a time where men and women will not want to date anymore. It's coming to a point in a time where men and women don't want to have sex, don't want to have relationships, don't want to be married anymore. And we have to do something to stop that nonsense. We have to do something to get it right. Because men, we need women. We need y'all women all around the world. We need women, whether us men are going to admit it or not. And women, you all need us men. You definitely need us. But this is all the time that we have for the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. I want to appreciate and thank everybody that's tuned into episode 219, and that's episode 219 of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. To all the YouTube Live Nation chat, in Jonas M, in SM, in Ronald Ramon, VS, thank you all for tuning in to the YouTube Live Nation chat. And to everybody that's tuning into the YouTube Live Nation chat, thank you all so much for tuning in. To everybody that's tuned into the live stream and previous recording, thank you all so much. Also, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page and Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. Be sure to follow me on Facebook in my regular page in Joseph James Holland and my Facebook fan page in Poncho Blazing ATM, where you can only receive live notifications for just 99 cents. And follow my mama, Prophetess Princess Holland, at Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. Follow us at One Way Ministries and GFR Incorporated, Global Force Record Incorporated's YouTube and Facebook pages. And follow me on Google, TikTok, and Instagram. And I'll be back for later on for the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 220, later on in about 10 to 11 hours. Until then, keep blazing and always have God in life no matter what. And I'll see you all later on tonight for episode 220 of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. I'm signing out as of right now.